New World Aeternum update 1.1.4 is here, and it's got some absolutely huge fixes and a mystery new mount. So let's jump in and let's get to it. I was a little bit confused when this patch would actually arrive, because normally we get patch notes on Tuesday, but they did say that the Winter Convergence Festival was going to be happening on December 10th, and so it is. It's actually going to be happening, well, basically early morning, December 10th, middle of the day if you're in EU. And the main thing generally that it's bringing is the Winter Convergence Festival. I'm not going to go through it here because a lot of people have seen it now, I think, for the third time. If you're a console or new player, it's something you want to pay attention to, because apparently there's going to be some Gear Score 700 patterns that you can use. I do patterns because it's not actually really a pattern, it's like an item that acts like a pattern. You're going to want to be able to get that, it's just going to be good, as well as the chromatic seals. They're going to be in there as well. Fun little event if you've never done it before. If you've done it before and you don't want to grind it, fair enough. Then there are some big fixes for the Hive of the Gorgons. I say bigs, but I mean maybe not that big, but big enough. First, they fixed an issue that allowed the naggers in the Hive of Gorgons maze to be killed with Contagious Upheaval perk. Basically, there was a bit of a cheese where you could get this debuff, then use Contagious Upheaval, transfer the debuff onto a boss or any of the enemies, and just kill them like that, right? Very instantly. Kind of funny, they disabled it very quickly. I don't know why they disabled it so quickly, it's kind of funny to me, but they fixed an issue that prevented Typhoon from going from phase 1 to phase 2. Never saw that. Never saw him not struggle to get in, but you know, apparently it was happening. The first boss apparently was getting affected by wind chill from the ice gauntlet. That won't happen anymore. And the second one, I think that fungal infection being transferred to enemies is basically from the Contagious Upheaval perk, so they are together. I'm assuming that they will re-enable Contagious Upheaval, so all you Sword and Shield people will be very happy with that if you use it. I personally weirdly don't like Contagious Upheaval. I prefer my CCs, but you know, it is what it is. And then I can kind of lump all of these together because they're all or mostly exploits. This first one maybe not. Fixed an issue in which occasionally the effects from a prior ability would appear the next time the ability was performed. Okay, but then the rest of them are all kind of the same. It's like fixed an issue that allowed looping abilities to loop infinitely, fixed an issue that would lead to faster intended speeds, Heart Room fixed an issue, Heart Room fixed an issue, Blunderbuss fixed an issue. Basically, you could like rapid fire some of them, or you could do more abilities than you were intended. No actual balance changes to the blunderbuss. Yes, there are some people who were like cheesing it and rapid firing the blunderbuss, but you know what? Playing against the blunderbuss where it just like never misses just feels so goddamn toxic. I don't know what they need to do, but they need to change it or nerf the blunderbuss out of existence in the short term, because it's just not fun to play against. It's a bit of a shame because the blunderbuss without lock on is kind of fun to play. But with lock on, it just feels like cheese. I played it for a couple of rounds and I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing that. It just feels, I feel icky. I feel yuck. I don't like it at all. They've also now fixed the elemental band artifact. So basically this was triggering off dots and attunements, which in the description it says it shouldn't do, but it was. And that's why they disabled it. I'm assuming with this, they will now re-enable it. Don't know what this one is. They fixed an issue where the corrupted acolytes summon corruption mines wouldn't deal damage. I don't know what the context of that is. The next one is they fixed an issue where the Gleamite Meteor didn't provide enough Gleamite chunks and shards. Bit weird, right? Because we didn't even see that bug this time around because it's not out yet. I always find it a little bit weird when you're prematurely fixing something in a version of the client that we haven't seen. They've fixed an issue with some, I think, repeatable quests in Reekwater. Never tried to cheese that or anything like that, so I don't really know too much about it. They've also fixed a couple of crashes. I don't know which crashes are included here. Like, it's just reading the text doesn't really explain if it's a crash that I was getting. I think I may not be fully affected by this second one. There was definitely a crash where basically I would get like a third into the bar and it would just crash not my computer, but it would crash New World, and then I just have to close it and open it again. I don't know if this is addressed by that because I'm pretty sure it was happening like outside of Outpost Rush into the open world as well, but hopefully if you're having an issue, that will fix that. And these next three are very important. Okay, I tell a lie, it's actually the third one, but don't jump ahead, don't read the screen, that's cheating. Mounts now consume stamina when jumping while dashing. I kind of feel like you could cheese that. Maybe people were cheesing that and I just didn't realize it. I didn't know that was a thing. They fixed an issue that allowed mount jump from stopping to increase speed. I don't really know what these are, but I do know that there were some mount speed hacks basically. Some people were going way faster than you should be able to. And I think this might have been the way that people were achieving that. And then the little leak. You know, I just spoke about how fixing something that we haven't seen yet is maybe a little bit weird. Well, right here, they fixed an issue that caused the stars to stretch on the Rudolph mount. Kind of innocuous in itself, apart from the fact it confirms the existence of a Rudolph mount. We were speaking about this on stream, which, by the way, come and join me on stream. There'll be a link in the description. Also, we have a guild on Nisa, and we have a guild on Draco Fresh if you want to participate in that. Get in the Discord, ask me in game, ask me while I'm streaming. We'll get you in the guild. That's EU, by the way. But yeah, this confirms the existence of a Rudolph mount. We have seen some proper milking from Amazon, and I'm kind of happy about it. We saw the Hippo Burly, which is basically a bear dressed up as a hippo. No, the other way around. It's a hippo dressed up as a bear. And we saw the turkey mount. Both fantastic. I bought them both. Well, you know what else I'm buying? This Rudolph mount. I've probably spent more money on mounts this year than I've spent in New World on skins in the total, like, 3 years of its existence. And I don't feel bad about it. I'm quite happy with it. Keep giving me these kind of things. I'll buy these. They're fun. If you do too many, eventually they'll lose, like, their specialness. But for now, really enjoying them. I'll be buying that and running around Everfall and Cutlass Keys. Crafters, though, will be happy. They are also now going to be re-enabling the ability to mass salvage Azoth vials. So if you're crafting and using your Azoth and you're like, each time you try to salvage your vials and you're getting annoyed, you won't have to do that anymore. And then another huge fix, by the way, which is kind of different from combat, although kind of the same thing because it really is impacting combat, and that is they have fixed, and finally they have fixed an issue that caused the deck hands promotion earring to have the weapon functionality of the Jasper's gem instead of the armor one. Basically, this was an item that shouldn't exist because it had the wrong type of gem in it. I think it had the weapon version of it, which when you got hit, you would get, I think, maybe like 8% per hit extra empower effectively. It was cheesy. I never used it. I don't really know too much about it because I don't really use exploits like that. It's not something I really do. But it was very powerful, and it's taken them absolutely ages to fix. Amazon, if you're listening to this, there's a couple of things with rune glasses that need fixing. I'm not gonna talk about them too much, but there's some infinite stamina people going on. So please, like, fix that next. And we're almost Gucci, apart from the fact I just used the phrase Gucci. So I'll move on quickly. Fix an issue that caused platform invites to fail when sent across region. I don't know. I mean, they should fail, shouldn't they? I don't think you can invite people when cross region. Can you? Can you? I thought I couldn't. Maybe you can. Fixed an issue that blocked social features. So vague, I can't even explain it. Entering a game mode within a house will no longer leave you in a broken house state when you exit the game mode. I never saw that, but I'm assuming if you did what it just said on the screen, that you would have a bad time. So that's not very fun. Then this one here, they've changed the world transfer purchase in the store to no longer refer to region transfers. So basically, we had this whole hullabaloo at the start of New World where people wanted to region transfer because, you know, server times and that kind of thing. People were like, oh, I've got a character in NA East and I want to move it to EU or something like that. So they eventually implemented the system. But now with New World Aeternum, that has been turned off. You can now no longer transfer regions. I don't think it was really that utilized. I mean, I have a character that I probably would whack on NA East if I could, but I'm not too disappointed about not being able to do it. But they turned it off with New World Aeternum. And I think that's to do with consoles being like region locked and that kind of thing. Or maybe they just couldn't be bothered keeping it up and making it work because nobody was really using it. I don't know. But it's no longer going to refer to it. It already didn't actually work cross region, so makes sense they would change the text. But yeah, some really big fixes. Obviously, the Winter Convergence Festival, I personally don't give a crap about it. I ain't going to lie to you guys. I might do it, I might not. I never bothered with the turkey on Fresh. I just couldn't be bothered. Some good changes to the Hive of the Gorgons. I say good changes, doesn't really impact me. It was just people who were cheesing it, or occasionally it was breaking. These combat fixes are good. I don't actually, like, I didn't see them all the time in Outpost Rush, but there's always that, like, back of the mind thing. You're like, are they shooting too fast? Are they exploiting something? Or do I just suck? Or is it a combination of me sucking and they're cheesing? I obviously suck all the time, so it's hard to tell. Getting a little bit better, by the way. I've been playing the game quite a lot in the last year, so I'm a little bit better. Not good, but better. This needed a fix as well, the elemental ban. I mean, it was doing something it said it shouldn't, so yeah, needed a fix. The Rudolph mount, I'm going to get milked tomorrow. 10,000 or 20,000 marks of fortune. I'm buying that. There's no two ways about it. I know some people will be like, it'd be nice if we could earn them in game. Look, you got to make money. You're a business. I understand. And I'm not really angry with this methodology. It would be nice if the in-game mounts returned, by the way. There were some that were in M3s. They no longer exist, and that's a little bit cheeky. And the deck hands promotion thing, yeah, that needed a fix a long time ago. As I said, let's worry about the rune glass gems that I'm not going to mention. If you want to support me, becoming a Patreon is the best way. You want to come join the guild or watch me or whatever, join Twitch, join Discord. It's your call. Live your life. For now, have a beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.